because you literally, could be coaching anywhere at any time with any person. While we're coaching, right? Every person has this particular opportunity or goal or this desire, this wish, this want that's out in front of them. And every person is trying something. The arrow represents the effort, the energy being put forth. Every person has something already that they have acquired or accomplished in their life that they hold on to. When they go to move from one star to the next star, this effort that they go to put forth either works or doesn't work or kind of works, right? I mean, like, how many other versions can there be? Works, doesn't work, kind of works. So in their pursuit of going from here to here, every person is putting forth effort. This is effort to move themselves from this to this. Every person has something they're working on. What that tells you is there are lots of people to coach. Lots of people who actually are looking for assistance, support, help, guidance, training, coaching to have this work for them. They want this to work, but they might be slightly off or really far off. Or this might be huge and they just don't know what to do to accomplish it. So every person is working on their arrow today, trying to do something to move forward. And it either works or it doesn't work, or it just kind of works. Now, every person you talk to, every person around you has something they're working towards. Something. And what that does is it helps you know that you can strike up this conversation with anybody. Hey, what are you working on? Where are you going? That's the question about the arrow. What are you working on? Where are you going? What's your next project? Do you have a goal? Is there something you're trying to improve? It's the question about the arrow. That's what we do, is we find out what is their arrow pointed at and how's that going? What are you working on? Right? What are you working on? And how's it going? Boy, those two questions, what are you working on? And how's it going on working towards that? You can find out really quick if that person is frustrated with this arrow, discouraged with this arrow, excited about this arrow. What's going on with this process of them working through their arrow for the day? What is that? And every person today is going through this. Everybody, one way or another, there's something that they wish was better. There's something that they want to be better. And so they're working on their arrow. And so what that tells you is, if you're not right now finding the clients that you wish you could work with, and you're like, oh, I really want to find my next client, talk to people and find out what their star is and what's going on with their arrow. So I'm going to share with you, I have coaching experiences every single week myself. And what I love about this is what I learned from one person about where they're going can help me with the next person. So my coaching skills continue to add upon themselves and stack up on the top themselves of the things I learned by helping one person helps me with the next person. So if I have multiple clients, I am getting multiple insight about how to help people. So the more people I help, the faster I develop my coaching skills. So I hear at times when up and coming coaches say, well, I don't want to get clients yet because I'm not ready to coach yet. And in my experience, it says, get practice clients so you can be ready sooner. Because the more people you coach, the faster you start to realize what you're teaching, what works, what doesn't work, and how to help people and what they're going through. It just speeds up the process. So if you have this scenario going on and you have two people that you're coaching, right? You got two people that you're coaching and you're assisting them with their arrow and their star and where they're going. It just makes sense that you're going to develop faster as a coach to help them with their arrow going towards their star. And that part to me is just a beautiful process because it helps me know, wow, every person I help helps me be a better coach. Every person, if it's a family member, if it's a friend, whoever it is, if it's a neighbor and we're standing out on the sidewalk and we're talking, and it's like, wow, every time I get a chance to coach, it is teaching me how to coach. So I look for the opportunities to coach. So let's say I had 5 coaching experiences since last week. Well, now I have, compared to 1, if I had 1 or if I had 5. Well, if I had 5 coaching experiences since last Wednesday, I'm 5 times further, right? Because there's 5 more than just having 1. So if I had just 1 client since last week that I was working with, oh, great. I was able to learn and progress as a coach, and also the client progressed. But if I had 2, 3, 4, 5, it's gonna accelerate. And so to me, it makes total sense that depending on the speed in which you want to progress, that's how many clients you want to practice with or acquire as a paid client. But practice clients boost you. They literally prime who you are so your genius comes to the surface a lot sooner than later. And so if you've still been nervous about adding that next client, like, oh, do I have time? Maybe what happens is adding a client right now actually is going to save you time when you have paid clients, because you're just going to be better at what you do. You're practicing the same techniques and the same process and the same structure with every client. That's what's great about this, is even though their life is a different scenario, the techniques, the process, the structure of coaching still is the same. And so you're not like trying to do 5 different things with 5 different clients. You're doing the same thing, but with five different people. And so you get to do the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. It's a lot more fresh in your mind. It's a lot faster because you're recognizing the steps and what to do and how to listen and how to pay attention to people. You actually accelerate your learning. And so you actually determine if you have your foot on the gas pedal or on the brake pedal when it comes to your coaching skill. And if you still like are in that place of like, well, I just feel like I don't have the confidence yet to talk to people. Well, then look for your neighbor or a friend or a family member to support them in their arrow and their star. Find out, hey, what are you working on this week? What are you working on this week? How can I help you? And then it gives you a chance to brainstorm with them, gives you a chance to bring up the techniques and the different mindset work that you know so far, and to see how you can help them. Sometimes we don't have to have the answer when we coach. All we have to do is be there to help brainstorm with them, and it literally can open up their mind in what they could adjust to do things better. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video where Elon Musk is standing next to his rocket, and there's a YouTuber asking him a question about his rocket and how the propulsion system works. And Elon Musk was explaining a particular piece, and the YouTuber asked him, well, why don't you do that with the main rockets? And all of a sudden, Elon Musk goes, why did I not think of that? And then he completely changed the design of his rocket because of this YouTuber's question. The YouTuber did not have an answer. He just had a question. But it stirred Elon Musk to be able to think of, well, that's something I never even thought of before. I should actually do that. And then he completely changed it and how his propulsion system was working. And so you as a coach, it's not that you have to be the encyclopedia. It's that you're in a place of being willing to get into the conversation, to think, to ask questions, to help stir up some new ideas, so that the person who's working towards their star through their arrow for the day, you actually could help them narrow in on what to do next. That part I think is so awesome, because you literally, could be coaching anywhere at any time with any person. Because you don't need to carry an office around with you. You don't need to carry a binder around with you. You don't have to carry anything with you to be a coach. I mean, being a coach is just who you are, right? It's just part of your personality now. And so the coaching mindset, though, is to consider, okay, there's a stick figure, there's an arrow, there's a star. What could get in their way? Oh, there could be a wall. There could be a little red blotch. They could have emotional reactions. They could have mental blocks. How can I help them move forward today? And that's what you're really narrowing in on, is how can I help someone move forward today?